on AM Extra, there's a new book that's ready to tackle a topic many people call taboo in the public sphere. That would be menopause.
It may be taboo to talk about, but it affects all women, roughly half the population, yet conversations around menopause are often swept aside. But one local woman is trying to change that. You may know Kim Stegeman as the founder of the Rose City Rollers from the Roller Derby League, but now she's taking off the skates and trading them in for a pin, writing her new book, The Menopause Unicorn. We've got Kim in studio this morning to tell us all about it. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
I'm excited to get into this book because you describe this as not some touchy-feely medical manual, which I think is indicative of the subtitle. There's one little word that we had to blur in our pictures because you were talking about women living their life like a bad bee. We'll just say that, like a bad boss, you know. So what is your approach to the menopause conversation here?
Well, I think the big thing is this. There are so many ways that you can go about it. That providing people with all of the information, but in a really kind of palatable way. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not a doctor, surprise. I run a nonprofit roller derby league.
Yeah.
But still, there's so much information out there about all the ways that you can approach menopause. And so I wanted to kind of share that in a way that was really approachable, mm-hmm. And humorous. Anybody that knows me knows I'm direct. I'm pretty smart. You know what I mean? I'm a lifelong learner, so I'm all about gathering information.
Yeah.
And I'm really about empowering people.
Mm-hmm.
And so my book is a lot of that. And the other thing is, most doctors get about an hour of training on menopause. And so at this point, I know more about menopause than the average MD.
Right.
So,
you're like, I have lived
this is an experience.
more than what we may have read in a textbook. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And I mean, like, so at Derby, we were coming out of the pandemic. And I had hit menopause like a ton of bricks. And so I went and sought out, I had to fire my doctor because she told me just to go on a diet. When everything was falling apart. Anybody in menopause knows what I'm talking about. You're like, all of a sudden you're like, I'm not me, I feel awful.
Right.
You know, I had hit like 274 pounds. And I was like, oh, this is just not me. And so she told me to go on a diet. And I was like, nope, I'm gonna go find different resources. And so I went and found, I talked to my friend Emily, she's a menopause coach and trainer at Bay Club where I work out. And she was like, oh yeah, go see this naturopath, she specializes in menopause. So like I didn't know it, but I was starting to build my team.
Yeah.
And oh man, life changing. So then I'm going to Derby and people were like, what's up with you? Like you seem different. I'm like, menopause, it's totally working out for me. And people were like, what?
Yeah,
that's not normally how that conversation goes.
No, stronger, faster, healthier, like happier, all of the above. Because I started working through it and dialing in what I needed. You know, like lifestyle changes, hormone replacement therapy, herbs, a really great combination of all of that, mental health and things like that. Like so, like. And my book walks people through the choose your own adventure of that.
Right. It's like all of the stuff that you've distilled into one, you know, book now is oftentimes the things that women have to piece together from conversations with their friend and their family. And oh, this woman tried this, it worked for her, you know?
And a piece of that too, I would imagine, is because we talked about it. It's taboo or often perceived as taboo. Why?
Well, I mean, there's stigma around women's health in general.
Yeah.
You know, and so I think one of the best things about it is that because when you start talking about it, people were like, oh, I can talk about it. I told somebody in roller derby, I said, oh, yeah, my doctor put me on Wellbutrin. Never been a depressed person. And it was amazing because she was like, oh my gosh, my doctor did too. And I felt like embarrassed or ashamed of that. And I was like, well, I have zero shame. So I'll just talk about all the things so that everybody else can go, oh, okay, we can talk about that.
It makes it normal, right? Normalizes the conversation.
Right, and so I talk to people about menopause all the time. And because I was doing that, that's where I got the idea. I was like, oh, I should write a book about this.
Put all this together in one spot. What's the main message that you hope people take away from this book?
I hope people take away that menopause starts earlier than most people think.
Yeah.
And getting a grasp on kind of all the ways that it can show up, because there are so many like little known symptoms. And so trying to pay attention to that early on, because you could start as early as 36 in menopause, in perimenopause. So people kind of having that knowledge and just having those general conversations with people is going to make it so that people start getting care earlier and they're not suffering through things when they don't need to be. And I want people to know you need to go find specialized menopause care. Like here in Portland, we have Christina Camelli, who owns Menopause Northwest. She's one of the experts in my book. And I mean, finding somebody who is specialized in menopause is like, that's the support you need.
Yeah.
Well, and having the conversation, it sounds like, and not being afraid to ask questions, which has been the culture that has been there for so long.
It's so empowering and validating, as a woman to have people tell you, oh no, all these little things are not just in your head. You're not overblowing a scenario. Like, they're all connected to a very real thing that many, many people experience, and here's some advice and guidance. It's a great place to start.
And there's also this thing where in our society we go, okay, well, I have this one thing that's happening with me and it's weird. Why don't I go and try to fix it?
Yeah.
And so you'll have this one-off thing. Your doctor's like, oh, take this pill. And it could all be part and parcel of perimenopause. And so people getting in and like writing down all those weird things that are happening to you, even if you're like, oh, I have frozen shoulder all of a sudden.
Yeah. Yeah.
That can be part of it.
Yeah. Well, Kim, it's been great to talk to you. I love how direct you are. I know you're going to be that way in this book too. So people go check it out.
It's a great conversation.
It's on
Much
Amazon
needed.
now.
Yep.
Excellent.
Appreciate your time. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Again, The Menopause Unicorn out on Amazon and on Kindle. We're going to have all that info on coin.com.